Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we are back again in the garage. Took a week off, had a lot of traveling going on between the three of us.
We did.
Just kind of made sense. We needed to kind of settle back in and everything. We want to do another quick shout out to Bro Schmo. He was on our last episode with us 2 weeks ago. It was a fun time again. Always good talking with him and recapping some NFL stuff. This week, however, it's going to be more of a NBA and MLB focus. We don't really have much. In fact, I don't even think we have really any NFL talk planned. But Then again, it's the Garage Talk Sports podcast. I'm sure the NFL will somehow come up.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
We'll see where the conversation takes us. Either way, though, guys, we're excited to be back. We can bring you guys another episode. So we'll kick into it with our hot spots leading off here. Nick, take us away.
Yeah, you've been gone for like a month, so.
I feel like it's not been a full month. But yeah, it's been close.
Well, the week off definitely makes it feel like it's been a lot.
The week off takes a long time.
It does make it a lot longer.
My hotspot for today, probably going to mention the NFL because you said we have to, so now I have to.
Well, there it goes.
Professional officials outside of the NHL are pissing me off in every sport. MLB umpires are ringing guys and managers way too quick, and they're ruining the game. For me,
any chance that's in relation to what happened with Anthony Rizzo a few days ago, and then the pitching coach for the Yankees like Sunday?
No, I think for me it was more the Kyle Schwarber thing. Because
I don't know what happened with
Angel
Schwarber.
Hernandez.
What's Angel?
He blew like 6. Angel Hernandez is consistently bad, but I feel like it used to be like where you can complain for a little bit, and then like you'd be like, all right, we're just gonna send you back, and then like when they continue, you're like, all right, now he's gonna get thrown out, but he's trying to get thrown out. But like now I feel like it's such a quick trigger to where it's like for MLB it's weird because like NBA you can argue with the ref, you get a technical, and you're like, all right, that's my signal to stop, but there's no technical in baseball.
Yeah,
like,
they only ever. It's only the closest thing to that is like when they issue a warning to both sides.
Yeah,
and although I feel like umps in the conversation, maybe not Angel Hernandez because he's a douchebag, but I feel like a lot of umps in the conversation are like, listen, like this is your last conversation with me about it. And after that, you're out. But they do tend to be quick. Is this the when Schwarber slammed the bat?
Yeah.
Dude, all he was saying was like, do better.
Yeah.
Like you have to do better. Like he wasn't even saying like the calls for his side was bad. He was saying like all around the whole game was awful.
Angel Hernandez is terrible. I think pretty much everyone will agree with that. I'm willing to bet the umpires union would agree with that. But
they do. They said it.
But they protect him. He's protected.
He's
that
not allowed
union
to coach World Series games because they don't think he can handle it. Or coach.
Yeah, no, I knew it.
World Series games because they don't think he can handle it, but they won't fire him because he's such a big person in the union that like they can't get rid of him.
It's just like
my problem though is people see that he gets famous for being historically bad. So now these other umpires are like, hey, this is my 10 seconds of fame where I could run, Mike Trout instantly, and like people start talking about me as the umpire.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. And I mentioned not like a couple seconds ago or like a minute ago, what happened with Anthony Rizzo last week.
Yeah.
He got thrown out right away. He made one comment. He said that's the same pitch as last time, and they threw him out.
Yeah.
It's Rizzo. Like, love or hate I don't think there's anyone in the world that like actually hates Anthony Rizzo. I don't see how you could. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
No, it's like Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rizzo.
It's just like Rizzo. Yeah. He's gotten tossed a few times, and I've never seen him like getting in ump's face.
Yeah.
He just like makes a comment. I feel like most of the time it's under his breath, but he'll say something here or there, and then they toss him. And then like what happened with the on Sunday night in the doubleheader, I think it was the second game of the doubleheader against the Yankees and White Sox. Tim Anderson hit a ball. It like bounced off of his foot. They called it fair. It's a non-reviewable play. Cool. All right, so you can't review that. Didn't know that, but you can't. So it stood as a base hit. Cool. The pitching coach for the Yankees, I don't know his name. Sorry, Yankees fans. I'm not sorry. I don't apologize to Yankees fans.
How would you know that? I don't know the Mariners pitching
and they're
coach.
doing absolutely amazing right now. So.
Yeah, screw the Yankees anyways. Mostly they're fans. But so the pitching coach, and I'm advocating for the Yankees on this one. He made like a comment because I don't think anyone knew like that's a non-reviewable play. So I think he probably said something, that's horse shit, or what is that? And he got tossed right away.
Yeah.
Like he literally like just like said one sentence, and they're like, all right, you're gone. And it's like, bro, you didn't even get it. And I think they tossed him before they even explained it's a non-reviewable play.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, man, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, like
when umps do that, and you kind of hinted at it, Nick, they like make the game about themselves, right? And this is how the game isn't about the ref. The ref is there to make sure that the game goes how it's supposed to and everything. They're a supervisor, but it's not their game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the player's game. And I'm not saying umpires aren't important or anything, but when you kind of like have that attitude of like it's my way or the highway, you're making it about you as an umpire. And it's a bad look all around. Like you're throwing people out for what? Because it's sports, man. Like they're gonna tell you made a horse shit call every once in a while. If you can't deal with it, then don't be in the business. You know what I mean? It's different when they're harping on you all game and you finally reach your breaking point. Okay, I get it. If you got the manager every at bat calling some kind of call, like a bad call or something, or he's like yelling at you the whole time, that's a different story. You're gonna break at some point, and I think it's justified. But if you're not even gonna let them say one thing to you before you toss them, that's just BS.
Yeah, I totally agree. And honestly, you have to you have little kids games where those umps probably take more abuse from the parents than
to be a little league umpire would be horrible.
And
newsflash, parents, your kid's not going pro. Almost none of them are.
Yeah, almost.
All right.
Yeah, just play little league. Don't go over to
your kid who puts the glove on the wrong hand probably ain't going. No, I hate to break it to you.
No, but that's my thing. Like, I think MLB's been, but like the thing that's been bothering me is the NBA. I feel like calls are called so differently for two teams playing each other and based on the caliber of the player, which I think is stupid. Like in MLB, I don't see them that happening. Like Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout are getting different strike zones for that game than other guys. Like the ninth man in the order and Mike Trout have the same strike zone for the Angels. Mm-hmm. It doesn't change. But like you look at NBA, Giannis and Jimmy Butler have different fouls called against them. And it's like, that shouldn't happen. But like, and it's like, it might not be the officials. It might be like, hey, we don't want Giannis to foul out, so don't call fouls on him constantly.
Well, he should have fouled out in game one against the Bulls.
Yeah, he should have fouled out. He should have fouled out a couple games against the Celtics. He just ran over people.
Yeah. Only played leapfrog with Patrick Williams. And they're like, hey, Patrick Williams, what are you doing letting this man put his hands all over you and jump over you? That's a penalty on you, man.
And poor Alex Caruso.
I'm still salty about that.
No,
he should have fouled out in that
poor
game.
Poor Alex Caruso, man, catching that bow.
That was a little different. But I get what you're saying.
That was clean, but
it's like, okay, so like that's ruining for me the thing of the game of like the game's not going to be decided by the refs, but like those little things do add up. Where it's like the Celtics, I think yesterday shot 27 threes or 27 free throws in the first half, and Miami only shot 9. It's like there's no way.
I refuse to believe that one team is hacking that much more than another.
Yeah.
And there's a similar issue that happens in the NFL, specifically. One thing that comes to mind back when Cam Newton was like a starter and was still like a big star in the NFL. Not saying he's not a big name, but you know what I mean. They were talking about how calls and like roughing the passer were called differently against him. Like remember there was that one year it's like Cam Newton was just taking a beating all the time and they were just letting it go.
Yeah.
Because he's a bigger guy, he's bigger body, he's more physical, so they're a little more lax with how they call penalties against like hits on him. And then also with edge rushers. I mean, yeah, there's probably a holding call on every play in the NFL, but how many times do like star edge rushers kind of like refs let people hold them a little bit more and like
you definitely see it.
Essentially, I don't want to say break the rules because it sounds worse than it is, but it's holdings against the rules of the league,
Yeah.
And you see it all the time with star edge rushers. We got to see with Khalil Mack for 3 years.
Miles Garrett,
Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, TJ Watt, JJ Watt.
And
the list goes on. Like they let offensive linemen get away with some like cheeky holds and everything.
Because if you're just an average tackle going up against them,
you're screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed. Like there's nothing you can do.
Get better. Don't hold the guy. But they let that stuff slide too many times. And so I get your point, Nick.
Well, for me, it's just like
it gets frustrating.
I think the biggest thing, I feel NFL refs suck the most.
Oh, they're terrible.
But also, like,
like
in the NBA, when you have a complaint about the refs, like Chris Paul and Scott Foster hate each other, and that's a ref that you know. Angel Hernandez is terrible. Joe West started to get very prima donna towards the end of his career, where it's like he wanted to be. You don't know. You can't name an NFL ref unless they talk about, oh, this is his 7th
Oh yeah,
Super
no, I
Bowl or
couldn't
something like
tell
that.
you.
But like in a random game, Bears are playing the Lions. You're not gonna be like, oh, that's that guy.
I recognize the refs and everything, but I couldn't tell you their names.
Yeah, no.
The one jacked guy. That's the only guy I can
Yeah.
recognize.
But that is kind of a good. That is a kind of a good thing though, because it means that they're not taking the game into their own hands per se.
Yeah.
But there's also so many more refs in an NFL game that like, it's more so like refs don't get known by like their name, because the same crew travels together for the NFL.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
the same crew. Like it's always the same group of refs together. So like it's more so like their crew is what gets known more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, NFL refs are tough. And, just a disclosure, I get it. They have to call the game in real time and everything. But at the same time, it's your job,
Yeah.
Well,
You-
for NFL, it's their part-time job.
That's
What
right, it's not
really,
full-time.
really should be full-time.
But it's like this. Like people always
pushing
say,
that,
like,
but
oh,
everyone else is their full-time
the
job.
game happens so fast. Like I get that too with MLB and stuff like that. But if you look at it, the officiating that people complain the least about is usually the NHL. And to me, that's the fastest pace because the puck is so small. Like basketball is just as fast paced to me, but the
Yeah.
ball is much bigger and things happen slower. Where in hockey, things happen so fast. Where it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
only time they have replay reviews is like, did the puck actually go in because there's 7 bodies between me and the puck,
yeah.
and there's a giant goalie who's covering it, so we
Yeah,
can't see.
I think every league can really take a page out of the NHL's officiating handbook. Like the way they have it down to like a strict system that no one really objects to. All right, these are your only camera angles. You can only go off of these camera
Yeah.
angles. I mean, hell, they just added Coach's Challenge only like 7 years ago now. Like you used to not be able to challenge stuff. And it's not like the NFL where they review every single touchdown and turnover and score. Like,
Yeah.
that's absurd to me. But the NHL has it down, and everything goes to the war room in Toronto, and they make the decision. They communicate it to the ref. Like the NFL tried to do something similar. The MLB tried to do something similar, where they like communicate it to the official or the umpire, but then they go, "Now take what we're telling you and make your decision, but you don't have to do what we tell you."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, just when it's reviews, like I feel like with replay review, like there shouldn't be a I don't want to say judgment call, but it shouldn't be like up to interpretation. Like a replay review has to be definitive. They
Yeah.
always say clear and definitive.
Yeah.
So how about you have the people in your war room or whatever they want to call it make the decision, right? How many games can go on at one time in the MLB? 15, right?
Yeah.
The most you can have
Yeah.
going on at one time is 15 because there's only 30 teams. So you hire 15 people whose only job is to sit there. They are assigned a game and they're just there for any replay
Yeah.
stuff. And then they go to the and they go, listen, this game, here, looking at all the time frames and the camera angles and everything, it's on definitive. Stick with the call on the field. Done.
Yeah.
How hard could that be?
I mean, literally, the
Not-
NFL does that with like Gene Steratore and Dean,
Yeah.
except for
The
3
amount of-
games at one time because I think he's the Fox guy, regardless of what games.
Yeah,
playing.
Mike
Like, if you're-
Pereira is CB or one. Mike Pereira is Fox. Gene Steratore is CBS and ESPN.
Yeah,
And
so
Gene Steratore also does all of the NCAA primetime.
okay, yeah, so like during a 12 o'clock game, there's 3 games going on. I'm only watching one if you're in that area.
Yeah,
So he's that person for 3, and of course he's not he's not the professional person, but they can hire someone.
Oh,
to
Dean
be-
Blandino. We forgot about Dean Blandino.
No, that's I forgot about the other guy. I forgot about the guy.
Mike
who's not-
Pereira and
Yeah,
Gene
I forgot
Steratore.
about Mike Pereira, but I remember
But still, it's like, shit, man. Like, how many times do they say something and then the refs say something different in the booth, and then they're like, "Oh, I stand corrected," and I'm like, "This is BS." Like, I hate how much is still left open to interpretation by the refs in replay review. Like, the whole point is to get a definitive answer. So,
Yeah.
what do we like? What? I don't know. It pisses me off. It gets very frustrating.
I just want the
Fu-
NHL to just
Follow how the NHL
Yeah.
does it.
They really do.
They have a very clean system there. The
the
refs
refs-
like give a good explanation every time because someone tells them what to say. Basically,
Yeah.
the ref says what he sees, how he interprets the rule. The people at the war room say, "Well, this is the rule as it stands, or this is how it all comes across. So this is what the call's got to be." Just do that. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
What's the point of a war
That's my
room?
biggest thing. That is really good about the NHL. Two, I feel like there's not that many complaints. Like you never like after a game, we're like, man, the refs really blew that one. It's like usually no. It
very
decided by
rarely
that.
happens that way.
And then three, I've rarely ever seen an ejection in a hockey game that hasn't been related to fighting or like just straight up blindsided a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in NFL too, I guess.
Yeah. The NHL has it. They do have it down pat, but I also do think a part of that, to be fair, is like the penalties and stuff that exist in the NHL are way more obvious to call for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, stuff gets missed in every sport. But either way, like you need to adopt the NHL system because it's just the cleanest.
And it works.
Like
the best.
it leaves the least amount of controversy, right? Like there's very little controversy that goes around. Like you just said, Nick, you rarely ever hear like, oh, the refs really threw that game away. And where you look at the Boston-Miami game, what was that, last night? 2 nights ago?
No, last night Miami just got absolutely killed. So
Yeah, but that was when the refs
Yeah, that was-
like
yeah, that was-
27 free throws to 9 or whatever you
Yeah.
said it was. Like that's just, it's absurd to see such a huge discrepancy. And like I said, I refuse to believe that one team is fouling that much more than
Yeah.
the other. Like
Yeah.
sometimes refs just come out and they're just like, you know what? Hey, it's that kind of stuff that makes people go, oh, the game's fixed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's that kind of stuff. You're like, oh, it's fixed. It's all fixed.
Well, and like in basketball, it's too hard. Like since it's moving so cool. Like in MLB, you can't really like fix a game because you're like, damn, like dude
Yeah.
just hit a 400-foot home run. No, never mind, call it back.
Yeah.
Whereas
Right.
in the NBA, it's like we can call it super technical for one side, and that'll give
Yeah,
it like
like
at
you-
least a 5
yeah.
or 6 point swing.
And in the NFL, it's the same thing with like pass interference and stuff. You can get real ticky-tacky real quick. We saw it in the Super Bowl.
Saints and Rams. Game.
Well, that too. Well, I'm talking about this past Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They just like decided at the end of the game, like, all right, it's time to tighten up on the penalties
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's frustrating when it's like so inconsistent. That's why the NHL, love or hate the sport of hockey, their officiating system is efficient, consistent, very little controversy with
I
it.
hate
And-
soccer too, but they do a pretty decent job too. Like I don't watch that much soccer.
I did.
but-
That's all I know. Yellow card. I have
Yellow
no
card.
clue what that
I don't
means.
But
But
it's like you don't see it where it's like, yep, definitely the ref were on this side of the
Yeah.
team. It's like, no, they're gonna pretty much do the same thing for both, and of course they're gonna miss things. There's no way you can
Yeah.
be perfect.
yeah, I mean it's human error,
Yeah.
and I feel like the NHL, you take out a lot of
that.
a lot of the human error. You just leave it up to one person. Yep.
Because of the review system.
Yep.
Ultimately, it all comes back to the review system. I don't get mad when refs miss calls here and there. I get more upset when they go to review and they still mess it up. Like that's where it's like when you go to review, which already takes enough time out of a game to review a damn call. But when you go to review, like you should be able to walk away from that and there is very little controversy involved.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
alas, it still exists. Very frustrating. But
That was a scolding hot spot for
that
Nick.
was, you got us all feeling
I haven't
something.
been here for
Yeah.
a month. I had a
Yeah,
game.
You got
yeah.
us all feeling some type of way
Yeah, yeah.
right there, and think, wow, way to start off the show.
We'll let Andrew.
We'll reel down. Now I'm gonna come back and say, everybody relax.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everyone relax.
Relax.
You know, this is MLB related here, but this is, you know, we're only a quarter way through the season, roughly 40-ish games, right? I don't know the exact number, but you know, everyone freaks out. You know, oh, the White Sox, they're not in first place right now. It's okay. It's okay. Not a big deal. The Cubs started the season really hot. Now they're kind of doing what they're supposed to do, but that's okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
But
Yeah.
it's
Hey,
just like teams. A lot of teams are underperforming, and that's cool. We're only 40-something games into the season. At this point last year, for some context, Atlanta Braves were under 500 when ended up winning the division, winning the World Series. You're cool there, right? The what's it called? NL West
while losing Ronald Acuna.
while losing Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
The NL West at this time last year. Do you know who was leading the NL West?
Padres.
The Padres.
Ooh.
They didn't even make the playoffs. The Giants and Dodgers both won 100 games
Hey,
last
the
year.
Giants are just on a hot streak. We said that 5 times.
Yeah, we
until
did.
finally.
We did.
Yeah,
and,
I know. We really would not give that
and
to
then the
them.
Giants were the
We wouldn't
first team
give-
to
we
50
didn't-
wins.
We did not give that to them until they were the first to hit 100 wins or 50 wins.
Yeah, 50 wins.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Even
100
then-
wins. The season's
Yeah,
almost-
That's when we were finally like, all
I
right,
think
maybe
once-
it's not a fluke.
Yeah, we're like, they might actually just be good suddenly.
Yeah.
But Giants are off to a slow start as well. White Sox are off to a slow start. Braves off to a slow start. Seattle not doing peaks and valleys, right?
I'll talk about them later.
But like the point is, for the most part, like you got to remember with baseball, 162 games. A lot of these teams, I mean, the Blue Jays last year, the Blue Jays are off to a slow start this year as well. They were a lot hotter last year. A lot of teams, like, they're kind of starting off slower than usually you would expect. Teams that are the Yankees. You expect that. Boston started off really slow.
Yeah, they did.
But they've since heated up a little bit, and I'll talk about them a little bit later in the show. But Boston also at this time last year was in a similar position they're in now, underperforming.
Yeah.
So, everyone gets all freaked out. Bobby, you're like,
Oh yeah,
you're the definition of
yeah.
the dude who just rides the highs and lows of the baseball season, and I love it.
Last year the Cubs had a terrible April, and then they had
the Cubs last year were in first place in the division at this point.
No, in May they had a really great May.
Yeah, at this point last year they were like a game ahead or tied for first in the division, and then they proceeded to do what we all expected.
Yeah, come trade deadline, literally
because the Brewers were on a hot streak for the rest of the year.
Still riding it.
Still riding that hot streak into this season.
Yeah, just like the Giants, man. Yeah.
But my whole point with the hot spot is like everyone chill out. I'm not panicking as a White Sox fan. I'm frustrated, but I'm not panicking. There's still plenty of season, and you have to figure that these good teams who are off to a slow start, they're gonna regress back. They're gonna regress back to their original form, which is more like playing better.
Yeah.
I look at the White Sox specifically. Their hard hit balls and barrel rate are off the charts. It's just everything straight to defenders. Eventually, that's going to stop being that way, and it's going to translate into hits, especially with historically the team, like the guys who are doing all that stuff, like Abreu. You got to figure. He's 35, maybe not, but hopefully he's going to get back to what you get from Abreu. Yeah. So you got to chill out. If your team's underperforming and they're supposed to be good, don't panic. Lots of time still. Plenty of time for them to kind of figure it out, right the ship, be good to go. That's really all I got.
Yeah, well, your hot spot kind of feeds into mine. So, Pat Wisdom's kind of been doing real shit like this whole season. Honestly, the man switches his bat, puts
sophomore slump, dude.
Yeah, I honestly was like, dude, it's
30.
Yeah, well, I honestly was like, all right, this guy just had a real,
bro.
Yeah, hey, but he might be back with the Sox.
No.
Yeah, he might be. You never know. But anyways, Pat Wisdom having a terrible start to the year, switches his bat, and ever since he switched his bat, 4 bombs in 4 straight games. All right, he's back.
Did you change companies or like bat size?
No, dude, just a knob. It's a huge knob. It's like literally like one of the hockey knobs. Yeah, it's one of the like hockey stick like type knobs on there.
Fat knob.
Yeah. Fat knob.
Got a big old
fat
knob.
Yeah.
See, that's what I am not. I'm probably one of the least superstitious people where it's like never had the superstition of like you can't watch this like for that reason or whatever.
Yeah.
But in college, I was not running very well. I changed up my entire race day routine before the race started, and then I started doing consistently performing.
I had something similar happen to me in
where it's
college
like
as well.
I'm not superstitious, but you change one thing, and then you're. It's not like you're telling your mind like, oh, I changed my bat, I'm gonna do better.
Yeah.
But it's like you just put your mind on different paths where it's like I'm not gonna think about hitting the ball hard every time.
Yeah,
I'm
when
just
you're
gonna make contact, all of a sudden you're just
when your ritual is letting you down, you got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I know for me, same thing, Nick. You know how I had a really bad first cross country track. I was always bad at cross country. I had a pretty bad track like start to the track season my first year, and then I kind of figured it out. My thing that I started doing instead, I used to just listen to whatever music was on my pump up playlist. I decided to mix it up and go with something more relaxing. I listened to Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon album in order. That's all I just put that on and listened to it the entire bus ride to where we were going. And that helped. I started doing better. That was my whole thing. I didn't really change much about my stretching or anything. I just I stretched less and did a lot more just like sprints and strides and stuff.
That's like Carson Wentz, dude. He listens to gospel.
But Carson Wentz. The difference is
he still stinks.
The difference is I could be better than Carson.
You might be.
Let's settle that.
How many yards do you think you could rush for in an NFL game, real quick?
Dude, honestly,
you get the ball on first You're gonna get all right. You get 25 carries in a game. How many yards do you think you can get?
I could at least get 25.
What team am I playing?
Yeah. Do I have a good offensive line, or like is it like
you are playing for the what's like a middle of the road team? Eagles.
Eagles?
Who am I playing?
Honestly, I feel like they have a pretty good offensive line.
I think my thing is just like if I go up against Joey Bosa, he hits me one time, I might die.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. So here's the matchup. We're gonna go. You are the running back for the Vikings playing against the Packers. I think that's a pretty even like line to defense matchup.
12 yards.
You can get more than that, Nick.
Yeah,
I think you're underestimating. Like, honestly,
I don't have great acceleration.
Dude,
it doesn't matter.
It takes me a few.
You're getting 20.
minutes
You're
to
getting
get up to
25
speed.
carries. You're bound to and the way I look at it, in 25 carries, you're bound to break like at least one open, which to me is like 10 yards or more.
Yeah.
Honestly,
My thing is, can I be exempt from getting injured during those 20? So I'll get 25 carries regardless.
you're not getting injured. You are going to feel it the next day, but you're guaranteed no like injury to anything.
Okay,
You're just
then
gonna
yeah.
get you're gonna get beat up.
I could say I get in the 30s then.
Yeah, I can.
Because my biggest thing is I get
25.
scared to get hurt, so I would fall into the hit
dude.
before I get hit.
Chances are I would just run right into one of the linemen and just be pushing him, just getting him to give me through.
Just jump.
I'm
on
thinking.
the linebacker
I'm
back.
thinking. Honestly, I'm thinking I can hit like 50 to 60 yards.
Gosh, that's so much.
That's a lot, man.
That's 2 yards a carry.
I'm
50 yards is 2 yards. Guys, think about it. 2 yards, dude. Like that's from me to almost Nick. A little past Nick.
I'm giving myself maybe 25, maybe a yard to carry.
I think we could all get 2 yards, guys. I think you're underestimating how easy.
My just thing is I've seen guys like David Montgomery struggle to get like 60 yards.
Well, that's why I put you on the Vikings.
Yeah, that's
getting
true.
20 carries where it's like
That-
he's running over like one or two guys to get 2 yards a carry.
I like to think that
I would probably get trucked by the first guy out with concussion.
No, you don't get injury.
I know,
you're not getting injured. You're getting
if there was an injury, dude,
I'm saying
concussion,
I think
out the rest of
I'm
the
being
game.
honest, and this is for all of us. I think we can get 2 yards a carry. I really do.
Sign him up, Minnesota.
I mean, also, I know I'm kind of fast, so like I think my speed could play a factor in getting some yards there a little bit. I'm definitely if I'm going between the tackles, I'm maxing out at however much space my own line gets me. But if I can get to the outside, I might have a shot.
Might break
come
one
on,
off.
I mean, I got to think I'm faster than like Julian Edelman.
See, my problem is going
He's
between
not very quick.
between the
not.
tackles.
Danny Amendola. Too.
I'm still
Yeah,
tall
true.
enough to where like they're gonna see me just knock me down. Where it's like you guys might be able to hide, like just kind of run into the pile. And it's like all of a sudden like
Since
Yeah.
you're tall, Nick,
sneak
how many
away.
receiving yards do you think you can get?
I can get more receive. So I'm talking about like 7 receptions,
We're gonna give you 12 targets. 12 targets.
12 targets, but I still have to get open. Like,
You have to get open, but
You have to catch the ball too.
Well,
Yeah, that's-
and that's
see,
a-
my
that's a
biggest problem
quarterback.
is holding on to the ball after I just get absolutely drilled if I go over the middle.
That's true.
That's-
So 12 targets, I could see myself getting 30 or 40 yards.
Honestly, football is a hard sport, man.
when you think about it.
Yeah,
man,
you
like,
really
getting
do
open
think-
and everything.
Yeah.
Just
And
for the simple fact is I'm gonna have one miraculous catch for like
That's
20
the same
yards.
thing. It's the same thing with I figure you're
No,
bound
I'm
to get
just-
a 10
I'm
yard.
just-
yeah.
I'm just slow getting out of the gate. Where it's like on a route, if I run a nice post pattern, I'll be up to speed by the
If
time
I could really sell it and then come back on a quick hook, I might get a good 12.
Also,
yard
my
game.
first 10 attempts, I might just drop the ball when they throw it to me. So they're like, we're not even going to cover this guy. And then I'll catch one pass from
Yeah.
25 yards.
Really receiving, all you got to do is just kind of be that, like, hope the coverage breaks down, and you're just the guy who's like this.
They made a whole movie on it. It's
So
called
you think
Any
you-
Given Sunday, man.
So
All
you
right?
think you could get more receiving yards than rushing
I can
yards?
get more receiving, yeah. I think
I'm
so.
going rushing.
I think I can get 50 to 60 rushing yards.
Right.
So much.
It's not. It's 2 yards a carry.
It's almost a full football field.
It's 2 yards a carry.
Yeah, when you think about it, 25 carries a lot. You're gonna be beat up the next day.
It doesn't matter. You're
For
guaranteed an
2
eye.
yards a
it's the
carry.
only, It's the only day. It's the only time you're doing it.
Yeah, honestly,
I think I could do
We
it.
should all get in really good shape before preseason. Maybe the Bears will just let us do this one time.
Well,
like,
we
sign
still
this
gotta do our
waiver?
we got to do our combine. We'll send
Yeah,
our
true.
combine.
Yeah, we'll
Sign
send
this
it.
Email
waiver.
it to every single team.
So when you die, you can't sue us. But
When
Yeah,
Roquan
you-
Smith knocks you in half, you got to just kind of deal with it.
See, that's my thing. It's like, I think, can you just put me on the, I don't even care if the O-line's good, put me on the Chargers so I don't have to go up against Khalil Mack and Joey. Just big.
Just put me on a team that doesn't have to go against a good defense.
Yeah, that would be
right. Let me not have to run against Aaron Donald. How's that?
Oh, dude, that would be awful. If it was the Rams, negative yards.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think I'm getting. I think, I don't think the Packers defense is all that good, which is why I think I can get 50 to 60.
Yeah, I feel like that's
so much.
When we do our combine,
when
we do our combine, we're gonna go to that closed school, and we're gonna actually get like some we're gonna contextualize how much yards is 2 yards, and then I think that'll put into reality how short of a distance you actually have to go to get 2 yards.
Oh, I understand how far 2 yards is.
Yeah,
it's about 6 feet.
No. Thanks, Nick.
It's about 6 feet.
It's a half foot shorter.
It's you, except like from like your nose up, or eyes up, mid nose up.
I'm gonna lock in 25 yards.
A yard
for
carry.
sure.
I think I can do 50. I honestly think I can get 50 to 60.
And Nick's gonna go with 20.
Nick's gonna go with 30 to 40 receiving yards on 12 targets.
Unless
put me on your fantasy team.
he gets absolutely murdered.
Once we do
when
our
it goes to catch one of the balls.
when we do our combine and everything, that'll put into perspective what we'll actually accomplish.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Nick got the soft hands.
But there we go. We got that NFL talk.
Yeah, we did.
Told you we'd find a way to do
twice in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, we really.
Actually, it's been a half hour.
Yeah, I know. Our hotspots took up a lot of time this week, but that's fine because we really don't have too much to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we got some NBA.
What are you talking about? We talk about the Mavs 0 wins. Then we're already done. Look at that.
Andrew,
look at that. I made a bet Mavs in 7 with a coworker, and
Mavs in 7 for the finals or just for this series?
For this series.
Well, you still had a chance.
I still got a chance, but no team's ever come back from 3-0 in the NBA.
Yeah, but the last time the Warriors were up 3-1, no team has ever come back from 3-1.
That's true.
And it happened.
They're historic chokers, some would say.
My thing is, I've always disliked the Warriors, not because of the Warriors. I love what they did because they built their team from inside. Yeah. Now they had to go trade out because, guys leave because they realize how good they are. Yeah. But I hate the fan base. They think that they're.
That's fine with Yankees fans.
But like the Warriors fans, Warriors fans probably don't know who Baron Davis is, who was the
Yankees
best.
Fans know history.
Who was the best Warrior for the longest time. And now it's like, oh, Steph Curry's the greatest thing ever. It's like
Steph Curry's pretty good though.
But also he changed the game, but also the game changed and benefited him because in college he wasn't that great. He was still a good shooter, but you could hand check when he was in college. So that's why he wasn't really a super high prospect because if that game didn't translate to the NBA, he would not be as good. But now he can barely touch a point guard. So now he gets a lot of space that he can create with dribbling.
True.
Where would you put Steph Curry on your all-time point guard list?
All-time point guard?
I feel like he's earned the right to be in a top 5 spot.
True. He's not a top 5 for me.
Is Chris Paul a top 5?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So where's Steph Curry? Like 6 or 7 for you?
I think he's closer to 10.
Oh, shit.
Just because, okay,
to be honest, you know basketball better.
So Gary Payton, I love a defensive playing point guard, and Gary Payton was one of the best. So he would make I think he's better than Steph Curry just because of me building a team in my mind. I don't need a shooter at my point guard. I need a defensive guy who's going to lock down the other guy's point guard.
Is D Rose on your list at all?
No, because
injuries derailed that.
Yeah, it's true.
If D Rose had a full career, he would definitely be on my list. But my top 5 really quickly, Oscar Robertson, because he's the triple-double guy, and he's better than Russell Westbrook doing triple-doubles, even though he has less. John Stockton, because he's one of the best passers. Pete Maravich, because he was kind of the Steph Curry before Steph Curry was Steph Curry.
Steve Nash.
But he was still good. Steve Nash would be... I don't know if I can put Steve Nash in my top 5. He'd be my top 10.
You forget how good Steve Nash was.
He was pretty good.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably my number 1 point guard of all time.
Yeah, okay.
That's fair.
Gary Payton is in probably my top 5 just for defense because it's my personal.
I think you've said
5.
more than 5 now.
No.
Allen Iverson, I put as a point guard. I think technically he's a shooting guard, but I put him as a point guard.
I think he was a point guard.
Yeah, I feel like he was.
I think.
What about Rondo?
No. Rondo's such a good.
What about playoff Rondo?
Playoff Rondo was good.
Jason Kidd?
No. Steph Curry's better than Jason Kidd.
Yeah. 100% say that.
But that's my thing too. Is
he's the first ballot Hall.
A lot of those guys that I named, if you take them off that team and put them on other teams, they're still just as good as they are. I don't know how Steph Curry would do without Klay Thompson.
That's a bold pick. That's a bold statement.
Because he's still a great shooter, but like I would love to see, and I've said this many times before, I would love to see Damian Lillard and Steph Curry swap places. Because I think Damian Lillard would get better, and I think Steph Curry would fall down a little bit.
I would agree with that.
To where it was like, okay, so if you put Damian Lillard on the Warriors for this long, I think Damian Lillard's numbers would not be near as good as Steph's, but he would be better than what he's playing now. But if you put Steph on the Trailblazers, he would not be able to do what Damian Lillard has done.
Wow. So that's is that your hot take?
No, my hot take is way hotter than that.
We're saving that for the end of the episode.
Wow, we're getting
all right.
Okay.
But
you
it sits
gotta at least what you gotta put him at least best shooter of all time, top 3.
Oh yeah,
I feel like outside of Kyle Korver, I mean.
Well, Reggie Miller to me.
No,
Ray
and I'm gonna be entirely honest with you. This is, I do think Steph Curry's kind of earned the right to be in that conversation at the very least.
Yeah.
When you
top shooter,
my thing is
best
he's
shooter.
top shooter of all time because at any point in time, you can never look at a guy where it's like Steph Curry, I think in 2017, could have missed his next 233 pointers, and he would still have a better shooting percentage than James Harden, who was second best 3-point shooting percentage.
Yeah.
No one, like Reggie Miller was a great shooter, but when he was that, if he would have missed 300 shots in a row, he would probably have fallen to like 20.
Yeah.
So Steph Curry is just so much better, but the game also changed a little bit.
The game does change a little bit, but I think I think the fairest thing to go off of, quite honestly, is your shooting percentage.
Yeah.
And Steph Curry has like unlimited range. He's a really good shooter, man.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr's comment about how Steph Curry's a better shooter than him, and Steve Kerr was for a couple of years. They thought he was going to be the best shooter for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says that,
he hit the shot.
He played against
did
guys
hit
like
out
Reggie
Michael
Miller.
Jordan.
He played against those guys that were good shooters.
Yeah.
So it's like for him to say that, it's like, okay, he's played in multiple eras and seen the game change.
He knows what he's saying.
So if he's saying Steph, so you got it. Yeah. But
Fair enough.
I just don't like Warriors fans. Bother me.
But
I get it.
that team is so good right now, man.
Andrew Wiggins. Oh my God.
What is that? Like, what?
Why is he so good now?
It's unbelievable. Took over
The
game
funniest thing
3.
is he got drafted #1 overall by the Cavs. Played absolutely trash
Sucked.
for them. Went to the T-Wolves. Played pretty good.
Yeah.
But like not to his caliber. Now he's a #1 draft. Like if you would have taken him #1 overall,
Yeah, you're just like, yo,
and he played like this.
Some guys take longer, but
Yeah.
Warriors, I think Dallas will avoid the sweep.
Oh yeah, they play tonight. So
Just because,
We will see.
it's game 4. I don't know if it really. Most times teams really do.
watch this be the most one-sided refs are against Warriors ever, though, because
We'll keep an eye out for
the
that.
NBA won't let Luka go out 4 games. They want to see him play 2 more times.
We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's bold. That's an interesting prediction.
That is.
Luka's very good as well, but honestly, he needs more help over there in Dallas.
Yes, he does.
Nothing against Dinwiddie, but dude, really?
You know,
Yeah.
you know who's really good? I don't know if you guys. Finney Smith,
Sure.
Dorian Finney-Smith. I think he played really good in the Sun series, but he's gonna be the next guy, but he's still too young. It's
Yeah.
like
The Dallas is just, right now they're a team that's kind of built like we'll go as far as Luka gets us, kind of. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
And they're going up against the Warriors, who are already like seasoned winners. Like they've been around the block. They still have all that. They still have the talent. They can still play and everything. Age hasn't caught up to them yet. That's for sure.
And Jordan Poole is a guy.
Jordan Poole is playing really well. Andrew Wiggins took over the last game. It's just, I think, like I said, I think Dallas will avoid the sweep, but I can't see him coming.
Mavs in 7.
Mavs in 7. I said it before the series started, and you know what?
You should change your answer.
Something tells me Steph Curry took that personally or something.
He
because,
might have. He might have.
They took it personal over there in the West Coast with my no-name ass saying it over Skype to my coworker, but somehow they found out, and they are embarrassing Dallas. And it's tough because I like Luka, but honestly, I got nothing against the Warriors. I like Steph as well, so I think Dallas avoids the sweep, but I don't see them winning more than 2 games in this series. They might win 2, maybe.
But the writing's been on the
Hopefully they win
wall.
4. Writing's been on the wall.
Yeah.
About
everyone's healthy. Like, all the injuries are gone, and now they're playing their best ball.
yeah, they look really good. Man.
They
It's
do look
frustrating.
really good. So it's like
And it's like it sucks
Suns-
because their fans are annoying. but-
Suns
Their
lost.
fans are annoying, but like it's annoying too because like you can complain to the Yankees because they just spend a ton of money, to get
Well, I
the
just
players
hate
they want.
I hate Yankees.
No, I'm just saying,
fans
like,
because I hate.
but you can't hate the
they're
Warriors. for that reason.
stereotypical the Bronx New Yorker.
Yeah.
That was a terrible New Yorker accent,
No,
but I hate it so much.
But, like, you can hate on the Heat when they brought LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh together because like they got
I
those
hate that style of
affiliations.
super.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have to respect the Warriors'
No,
way
I
of doing
hate
it.
the Warriors with KD. That was an easy pick.
Yes,
Like,
you could.
but I didn't hate the Warriors. I hated KD.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was more so KD. Like if he's gonna go inside there, he's gonna go inside. Like
Yeah.
the Warriors aren't gonna be like, hey KD, our team's already really good. We don't want the current best player in the NBA on our team as well.
That'd be like me joining like a scramble golf tournament, but picking the 3 best golfers and be like, wow, I just won that tournament. Like, give me just as much credit. It's
you
like,
go over there and you take like Justin Thomas.
That's like
You just take some pros and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is my scramble team. Oh, cool.
that's like me and the Marist basketball camp. I got the 2 best players like in the camp, and we ended up winning the 3v3 tournament. And I did nothing. I literally did nothing. But hey, I got a T-shirt. I won 3v3 tournament.
nice.
Good
Yeah.
job, Bob.
Yeah.
Clap it up for the 3v3 tournament. win.
And I was chubby.
Did you at
and-
least score?
I mean, I scored a couple baskets.
Right.
They scored most of them, but I mean, like
you contribute.
like
though. You
like
can't
at
see
that point they were like, all right, we're not going to cover this guy. But we got to double team these guys, and then got the ball and just put it right in. There we go. Yeah, and it was
hand in the cookie jar.
yeah. I was like, woo,
Hand in the cookie jar.
yeah. And this guy was like, all right, maybe we could pass it to him some more. And then next shot missed it. And then it's like,
And
all
then,
right, all right.
Dribble and drive.
Yeah.
Dribble and drive. But let's move on to a series that's actually more entertaining. Boston, Miami tied at 2. Nick, you were talking about the huge penalty or foul call discrepancy.
For me, it was that, but Butler got hurt in game 2 or game 3, so he didn't play that well in game 4, and he was like still like, I wish they would have just sat him because like it's still a 7-game series. Like, yeah, you want to win this game and go up 3-1, going home, possibly have a chance to win it. But Tyler Hero didn't play. Jimmy Butler was hurt. The refs were giving a lot of ticky-tack fouls to Boston. It's like that never helps.
Yeah,
But then
sometimes
also-
just cut your losses, prepare for the next game. You know, no one likes when you pack it in, but in the playoffs, you can't really afford to lose a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it's pretty, when it's pretty clear how a game's going and everything, it's better to pack it in rather than just like,
Yeah.
what,
Well, they couldn't-
what's
couldn't-
Jimmy Butler out there for if you're down like 30 plus points?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and he's
no
and he's
reason.
already playing through like a minor injury.
But they couldn't
What's the
win the
point?
series yesterday. But now
Right,
if they
no.
lose the next game, now it's like now we have to win on the road to force a game 7.
You have to win
it's
out.
like
Yeah,
I always hate to like, yeah, can't focus on tomorrow because you have to win today. But when you know there's going to be a tomorrow and another tomorrow after that,
yeah.
you might be able to just give up on
Yeah,
this
when
game.
there's
Yeah.
going to be a tomorrow and the next day, you can kind of think that way, especially when it's regarding like injury and health and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's
You
like-
just got to manage that stuff a little bit better. But I'm picking Miami in this series still.
Me too.
I roll with Jimmy buckets.
I'm rocking with Boston.
I know you are.
I got to give
Typical.
Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart's hurt. He didn't play last
I
game.
know, but hey, they'll get through it, and I want to see them.
I
win.
thought he did play.
He didn't play yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, he came back the game before.
Yeah,
though,
he came
right?
back. the game
Yeah,
before.
yeah, that's
he
what it was.
rolled his ankle so bad, and then he showed up like 2 minutes later. I was like, you know what? I'm not a
And he drilled a 3 too, right?
I'm not an athletic trainer, but I know like the pain didn't hit him yet. And then as soon as he finished that game and all the adrenaline was gone, he was like, "Holy shit!
He's like,
Yeah.
My ankle is so
he's like,
swollen, I
"Yo,
can't
give
get
me
my
a
shoe off."
he's like, yo, keep that shoe on.
But Boston has been playing very well this whole entire playoffs, and it just Miami. I just don't think Miami has it in them.
Nah, I'm putting all the respect on Jimmy Butler's name right now.
I
I-
played against a starter on the Miami team twice in my life, so that's why I wanted to win.
Who?
Oh, really? Who?
Max Struess, who went to Stag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He went to Stag, then he went to Lewis, and then he transferred to DePaul, and then went to DePaul, and then was undrafted.
Did he absolutely dominate you?
He didn't play in the one game. Actually, he played for 2 minutes and then stopped playing, and I think we won that one.
Oh,
And
you
then-
beat him.
And then the
Nice.
second game,
Not him. but
I think they beat us by like 7.
You also got dunked. Didn't you get dunked on by Josh Mayer?
Yeah, not the running Josh Mayer.
No, I
He's
know.
my good friend. The other one.
Oh, man.
I did not
Right.
get dunked on when we played Simeon though, which is impressive.
Cool. No, I'm gonna roll with Miami to win this series. Just for no other reason than in Butler I trust.
I like that. I like that logic. That's good logic for me.
It's good logic. I'm just saying, Boston's route was harder to get to here. All right. Destroyed Brooklyn. I'd love to see it. I hate Brooklyn. Super team. We know you hate New York, so.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
It's really just Yankees fans, man.
Yeah.
If I'm being entirely honest, I actually root for the Mets to do well.
He
It's
hates
just
Boston. That's the city.
Boston's the city I hate.
Yeah, but
Yankees fans, I hate more than anyone from Boston. That
Like-
should tell you.
Yankees, all of Boston, and then other teams.
What-
Yankees fans,
what
literally
player-
anyone who's ever lived in Boston for more than 5 years, anything else.
Okay, that's long. That's
that
fine.
is long time.
So they can go to college. in
Yeah,
Boston.
if you go to Boston at like Boston College or something, whatever. The second you start being like that Boston guy though,
Dude, honestly, Boston was like, it gave me like college town vibes. Like
I mean,
being
Sort
on.
of Southie.
No,
I only know that from.
dude, see,
you
this
hate,
is
you hate Boston. You hate Boston, but Matt Damon from Boston.
I don't care.
Great guy. One of the best movies ever, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
was
from
saying
Boston.
Around
The-
Boston.
I'm not gonna.
That's literally a Boston guy.
the-
but he's
the
just
town?
annoying.
The town? You never seen the town?
I thought you were just saying like the town of Boston. I was like,
no. We're
that's
talking
how
about.
you finish your
Yeah,
shit.
I'm aware. I hate the town.
That's a good
The
movie.
town, and it ends in Fenway Park.
What's the
Yeah, I
one
know
that's
Fenway
got
Park.
Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon? Oh man, it's something about a river. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I was just gonna say Footloose, but
No,
When he said Sean Penn, I'm like, I don't even know.
I'm like,
what
no,
movie
he's not a
he's in. And
Footloose.
then
I
he
don't
said
know what
Kevin
you're
Bacon. I was like, Footloose?
See,
That's
Kevin-
the first thing that came to my mind.
Mystic River.
Mystic River. I've never
Watch
seen
it. It's a good movie.
All right.
But it's Boston. Their Boston accent pisses me off. But it's a good movie. I won't lie. But you know what? Guess what it makes Boston look like? Scumbags everywhere. Now, I'm not saying everyone from Boston's a scumbag. I just do not like Boston.
But I mean, the town does that too. It kind of really
But
does.
for
Cool.
such a big
That's-
city, pretty clean.
Is Ben Affleck from
Yeah.
Boston?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the childhood friends.
Because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting because
Yeah, it was their first big break. That was their.
well, because no one would hire them for movies, so they're
So
like,
they-
let's just make our own movie.
so they made a really good movie.
and Robin
From
Williams
Boston,
did
and
it.
I hate it.
Sure.
What else is Boston? There's another one from Boston. Oh, The Departed. Very good movie.
That
by
is
the
a
way.
good movie. All right.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna be a quick little like movie recap, or not. I'm not gonna spoil anything. The ending of The Departed, fucking terrible. Ruined the movie for me.
I can't remember the ending, man.
Well, then yeah,
I don't think I've seen
you haven't
it all.
watched it enough.
All right, dude. I
It is-
haven't watched it
it-
since I was like teenager.
The movie ends like, and it is so like just infuriating. Nick, when you watch it and the ending happens, you're just gonna see like, what the actual, pardon my language here, what the actual fuck? It pissed me off so much. I've seen the movie twice, and the second time I watched it because I was telling Mel like, you really got to watch The
Dude,
Departed.
who's the other guy in the Departed? It's Matt Damon and
Leo.
Leo. Okay, all right, yeah,
DiCaprio, bro.
all right, dude.
And Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
It's a loaded cast.
It is.
Jack
It's really
Nicholson.
good. Yeah.
Is it Jack Nicholson, the golfer?
No, I think
dude.
Jack Nicklaus is the golfer.
Yeah, it's Nicholas.
I'll look it up. Yeah, Jack
Why
Nicholson's
am I-
the actor. You're thinking of the golfer. You
Okay,
got it
I
mixed
got
up.
him flipped.
You had him mixed up.
I was like,
you convinced me there for a
I
second.
was like, wait, there's a golfer in this movie?
No, but really good movie. Ending though is just like so.
I'll put that third on my list.
It's so
I have to see the
aggravating.
new Batman. I still have not seen the
You haven't seen the new Batman?
I have not seen the new Batman.
Very good.
I have
Yeah,
not seen
pretty
The
good.
Godfather all the way through in one watch.
Never seen a single one of them.
You
I
haven't
wanna
seen
watch-
them at all?
No,
I
I haven't even like watched more than I've watched like a scene.
I
I'll put
took
The Departed third.
I took a film and lit class, and we literally had to rewatch every single scene like 3 times.
That's
So
pretty
I
cool.
watched that movie for literally like half of a semester.
Very cool. Watch The Departed.
Oh, well, it's third on
Watch
the
it
list.
again because you have to remember.
Yeah, I
name
have
so
to
you can
remember,
Share
yeah.
that anger with me.
Yeah.
But let's get back into some
Yeah,
sports
alright,
talk here.
Yeah.
So real quick before we move on to some MLB stuff, Bobby, your pick to win the finals. I think we can all guess it. Go for it.
Boston.
Nick,
Miami.
Warriors. Just think the Warriors got it, man. It's
Alright.
hard to pick. It's hard to count them out too. I know it's probably you guys be like, it's a cheap pick, but I mean, just looking what they're doing in Dallas is it's hard. It's hard to pull. It's hard to go against them.
Sometimes though, I think sweeping a series or winning in 5 games takes a little bit out of you when you go to the next one because you have a longer time, kind of get out of the competitive mode.
You get out of the
where
rhythm.
the other team is just like, damn, we just had a nail biting.
I can see how you'd see that, and like, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost my train of thought there, so we'll just move on now to the. It might come back to me here later, but we'll move on to the MLB. We'll start off with some red hot teams here, Bobby. I want to, I was just slamming the city of Boston pretty hard here, but the Red Sox are red hot, man. Trevor Story has like 7 home runs out of their last like 22 hit as a team, which is unbelievable.
Like 6 of them were against the Mariners.
So yeah, and he absolutely.
They also lost in extra innings by 4 runs. You know how that happens? Trevor Story hits the grand slam.
Yeah, Trevor Story's just been on a tear. Boston had a very slow start to the year. 1-9 of 12 now. I think they're like 19-23. They're getting back into they're flirting with 500. The big thing with that team though right now is their bullpen sucks balls. Quite literally, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's their manager? Is that Alex Cora? Yeah, Alex Cora. I don't know, what you do if you're him, because pretty much any guy you trot out there after you pull your starter is going to blow that game for you for the most part. So it's really, for Boston fans, I can understand being frustrated with that. I'm not going to lie to you, but your city still sucks. I hate you guys. Anyways, not actually, but the city, I don't like Boston. I'm done talking about it.
Fenway was cool.
It's very nice.
Really, really.
It's
cool.
weird.
It's
because like Wrigley's in the middle of the city, but like Fenway is like
in the
like all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's baseball.
Yeah, dude, it's like really, and it's like
unfortunately, this is my prediction here. I think Fenway and Wrigley are just like in a battle for which one closes first right now.
It's gonna be Wrigley before Fenway.
I think once one goes, like let's play hypothetical here. Let's say Wrigley. Let's say the Cubs finally like, all right, it's time to do something new.
But I just want to add in there, Fenway, confusing as hell. Like,
because it's old and shitty.
Yeah, dude. Wrigley, way easier to figure out where you need to go. Like Fenway, I was lost.
Because Cubs fans have no brain cells. Anyways, no, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. You set it up for me like that. But I think they're competing really. Like once Wrigley goes, then Boston will be like, all right, let's start working on our next stadium, or vice versa.
Yeah,
I really think they're just in a battle for who can stick around the longest.
That's true.
I think it's Fenway doesn't have a lot of places to go. I think Wrigley has more spaces around Chicago that it can move to. Where Fenway, if it moves, it has to move out of the city, and they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So there's no room. So they're just going to stay there.
And there is a bar in center field of Fenway. Didn't know that. Just randomly went to it.
Coolest part though, it's closed down the street in front of the park. Like that's where you take your.
There's three bars in the Sox stadium. Just saying. So.
Yeah, but like this wasn't in the when you leave in.
That just bothers me.
Yeah. It's still pretty cool.
I like the goose.
I know, but it's
big
still
goose.
Pretty cool. It's still pretty cool.
It's Miller Lite Lightning,
which has a good ring to it at least.
It does.
Let's be fair, it does have a good ring to it.
It does. But
I got to go to another game as a Sox fan this time.
Yeah,
I did not go as a Sox fan.
I got to go to another one as well.
Yeah, we'll have to hit Sox Park.
It's better than Wrigley, so
the G spot. No, it's not.
It is, man.
Say the name of your stadium.
I've never
say it.
Comiskey?
No.
No, I've never said that the name's better. I say the stadium is better.
Say it. Say the name.
Guaranteed rate field.
Does not have a ring to it.
No, I don't care about the name of it. I care about how entertaining it is to be there.
Your field's named after chewing gum.
Yeah, dude. Who doesn't like Wrigley chewing gum?
Actually, they're not the same. It's 2 different Wrigleys. Real Cubs fans would know that, Bobby.
I honestly did not know that.
I know because you've been a fan since 2015. So
no, man.
Yeah. Anyways, red hot team, Bobby, go for it.
The Yankees. I've been pounding this since we started talking about baseball. All right. The Yankees are a good team this year.
That's not just this year. They've always been good. You want to talk about a stadium that is an absolute joke, though? Yankee Stadium.
Really?
Their short porch.
It's kind of cool. Like, I kind of like that.
You could hit a home run in Yankee Stadium, Bobby.
Yeah, but like that's the cool part.
It's an exaggeration, Nick. No, that's not the cool part.
That's the cool part. Like the Green Monster is like 310 feet.
By the way, but at least it's like
most home runs that go out of Fenway are going out everywhere unless they hit like an absolute towering shot that just barely makes it over.
Dude, also watch Luis Roberts smack a bomb over the Green Monster. It was sweet.
He's still my MVP pick. He's still doing
they really did.
I don't think he's going to win it, but I mean.
But all right,
I think if he continues his trajectory this year, he's in the conversation.
Let me just lay it down for you. Aaron Judge, absolute monster this year. 17 home runs.
No
already.
one's arguing that
And
the
then
Yankees aren't good, Bobby. No
Anthony
one literally-
Rizzo.
No,
all right.
there's not a single soul out there that's arguing against what you're saying right now.
I'm telling you, they are just primed to just dominate the
primed.
East. They are just primed, man.
Yeah, well, it's more of the same. It's the Yankees. They always do it.
Yeah, but
Bobby, you could have picked a team like the Red Sox that just won 9 of 12.
no, dude.
Or a team like Nick's team, which
Padres.
is the Padres.
Who have won 8 of their last 10.
Who've won 8 of the last 10. But you went with the team that's just been winning all year.
No,
That's not the point
They
of
were
it.
losing in the beginning. Honestly, I was starting
Yeah,
to.
lost that one game,
They lost, they got swept by the Orioles. And then
They did.
since then they've lost single-digit games. And that was like the second series of the season.
I just want to point out that the Mariners, I think right now, are still the only team to beat the Mets in a series. Because I was going to pick the Mets, and then I remember that they've been hot the entire season. So I can't.
Yeah, no, you can't pick a team that's just been good all year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Bob.
You
I
nerd.
titled it. I mean, I was gonna put teams that are primed for the World Series, but that was too long, so I just put red hot teams.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, so
Whatever,
Yeah, but
man.
the Padres, man.
the
Padres are red hot.
Padres
No,
look
Red
good.
Sox are red hot. Yankees, they are red hot, but like when you say red hot teams, it's like recent, like within the last 2 weeks, which teams have been playing hot, have been heating up. You can't just be like, oh, this team's constantly at a state of hot.
Dude, they were cold in the beginning, and then they
No,
got
they
hot.
weren't. They lost a series.
They
the only
got
series
swept
that-
by the Orioles.
No.
All right.
Yeah, they got swept by the Orioles. That's cool and all. The Yankees have lost 2 series all season long. It was that Orioles series and this last one against the White Sox.
Good for the White Sox, man.
It's the only 2, but the
That's
They're losing right now. So,
White Sox,
no, the Yankees.
yeah, dude.
good to the Orioles.
Yeah, Orioles, dude.
They lost yesterday too.
It's their kryptonite, man.
It's Adley
Like,
Rutschman. Who
Adley
made his
Rutschman.
debut. Congrats to Adley Rutschman.
That was cool. Good for you.
It's
Good
like
for you.
The Sox
ripped
versus the Royals.
Number one overall
I thought they're
prospect.
facing Boston tonight.
No, I mean, they just always can't beat the Royals. But whether the Royals are good or just absolutely terrible, the Sox will not beat the Royals.
Yeah, that's really frustrating when you think about it.
Dude, it's like, what you can do about it?
It is what it is.
I'm trying
But-
to see if the Yankees were actually ever.
Holy smokes! Speaking of red hot teams, Boston's beating the White Sox 8-0 in the 4th inning.
Nice.
And
Dylan Cease, he Dylan Ceased it today.
he got
Man,
destroyed.
he's been pitching really well this year.
Yeah,
he
I know,
has, man.
but it happens, dude. I'm not like upset, but wow, that's embarrassing. It's probably because I'm not watching the game. That's most likely what it is. Anyways, though,
And to be honest with
that leads us right to the next topic we're going to cover a little bit here,
Yeah.
which is the current teams we root for. White Sox, perfect example right here. Losing 8-0 to the Red Sox. Every time they get over 500, they go right back to 500 or below. But I'm not panicking. Like my hotspot said, it's early in the season. It's all cool. It's kosher.
you. Yeah.
Lynn's going to come back in a couple of weeks.
That'll help.
Eloy, although I don't know how much. If I'm going to be entirely honest, Nick, as the days go on, I start siding with you more and more on the Eloy thing.
Because I was right.
I can't talk. As it looks right now, you might be.
Luis Roberts is
Luis Roberts really good.
Yeah,
Yohan
he's-
Moncada needs to find his bat, but Tim Anderson,
Timmer.
very good. And also, you know what? Josh Donaldson's a prick. That has nothing to do with the comments that he made. I'm not going to get into that because I really don't feel like it's worth the conversation. But Josh Donaldson, are we really going to act like he's just not been a douche his entire career?
No
mean-
one likes him.
He's
Yeah,
Teams
I mean,
don't like
He's
him.
literally like this is why I hate Yankees fans so much. So let me give some insight here so people can understand why I can't stand them. No one on the Yankees team or organization has backed Josh Donaldson. They've all said, yeah, it was a stupid comment, something he shouldn't have said. I don't want to get into like the intent behind his statement or anything because I'm not Josh Donaldson. I can't speak to how he meant it, but I'm inclined to not believe a fucking word that comes out of that scumbag's mouth. Because literally,
That's scumbag mouth.
literally everywhere he goes, he's an issue. Like he's just a douche. Like
Yeah.
some guys are just douchebags. But Yankees fans, because they're all douchebags and they're just like embracing the douchebag mentality.
Besides Anthony Rizzo.
I said fans.
Oh, okay. All right.
They embrace that douchebag mentality.
I like most of their players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
so do I. I like Aaron Judge.
Besides-
I like Giancarlo Stanton. I like DJ LeMay. I like a lot of the guys.
DJ LeMay's one of my favorite players.
I like him a
hate that he's
lot.
on the Yankees.
I know. I liked him a lot on the Rockies. But still, it's like, Yankees fans just embrace the douche because they're all douches. And they're like, oh, no, Josh Donaldson's not that bad of a guy. He's a piece of garbage. Like, he's a pest everywhere he goes. Like, that's just
Piece
so
of
that's
garbage.
some guy's personality. They chirp. They like to get under people's skin.
Yeah, dude, and
they're dickheads. That's Josh Donaldson. Why are we gonna sit here and act like Yankees fans are acting like Josh Donaldson's never been a dick his entire career?
Oh, no,
when he always has been.
Yeah.
They hated Josh Donaldson like when a year ago when he was on Minnesota because he started crap with the Yankees. Yankees fans, dude, they have the brain capacity of a walnut. I hate them all.
and
They also cheered for that Stephen Kwan guy when he got hurt.
Yeah,
in
and threw
Cleveland.
trash at them.
And then threw trash at
Miles
center.
Straw said it best. They're classless. They're scumbags. Honestly,
The only
Fuck
Yankees
you
fan
guys.
I like,
whoa.
the only
Whoa.
Yankees fan I like is John Boy, because he's a Yankees fan.
Yeah, dude, I love John Boy.
but
But he
literally
called,
him
but
being
he called out the fans when they threw stuff.
yeah,
at
him
the
being a Yankees fan is the only thing I don't like about him.
Yeah, John Boy.
But I still love his content. Watch all of his videos.
Yeah, dude.
But it just is. I'm like, you really got to be a Yankees fan,
Well, he's
dude.
from New York.
I don't care. Be a Mets fan
But like, I feel like
I
that
hate-
makes him more funny. I don't know, because
because he's a Yankees fan.
no, because like accent, like just like when you talk.
he doesn't
about
really
stuff.
have a heavy New York accent
A
though.
little bit.
You can kind of tell he's from the East Coast.
Yeah, you can. You
Well,
can.
yeah, but he doesn't have like. See, I'm talking like the Bronx New Yorker. When you see a picture of him and they're in just the wife beater with the chain, the flat rimmed hat,
Yeah.
you can tell that dude eats pastrami for breakfast. That's what I'm talking about.
Pastrami. Well, I can't.
You
I can't
guys know
speak-
you
I-
pictured the same guy as me. I know you did.
I really
Picture
did,
the
but
guy from Transformers, the guy from like the special like agency. I don't know if you guys seen Transformers recently.
Is this one of the most recent movies
No, like the original ones. The
with
first-
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah,
Ooh, man, I'm sorry.
the guy who arrests Shia LaBeouf. He's got that classic because in the second movie he literally works at a meat shop.
Oh
and has
yeah,
the white
I like him
beater
in those
and
movies.
the hairnet.
Yeah, I like him
that's
in
what
those
I'm
movies.
picturing when you said.
But no, I'm just like, oh no, I'm thinking of like the big Italian guys who are just annoying
I can't really speak
and
to
say
that.
spaghetti like spaghetti when they've been
Just
born and
Italians.
raised.
Oh,
You're
the,
making fun of Italians.
No. I'm
The-
talking no.
the
It's a completely
gabagoo?
different thing.
The gabagoo.
No,
Yeah, the
those
gabagoo.
Italians. This is getting really dangerous, guys. We got to move on from this. No, I'm
We're
just
five.
dude, Yankees fans, I cannot stand them. And I want all the smoke from them too. Bring it my way. Come on. I hate them all.
yeah.
Like I said, Yankees fans.
not Italian.
For his wedding,
Matt,
for his
Italian.
wedding present, let's get him a ticket to the Yankees game.
Dude, I'm gonna
As long
buy.
as the
I'm gonna
White
buy
Sox are
him.
playing, I'll go.
I'm gonna buy you a wife beater
No,
and a
they're-
gold
don't
chain.
play the White
That's
Sox.
gonna
You
be.
buy me a wife beater and gold chain, I will probably never wear either.
Not even like under a polo or anything.
Why do I need a wife? First off, dude, here's the thing. I've never understood the undershirt wife beaters because
Me neither.
I sweat through my armpits, right?
like you're not
Well,
covering the most important.
I'm not
part.
covering the part
Yeah.
that I need to protect. Like I need to protect my dress shirt from my armpit sweat.
Exactly.
I don't get any of that nipple sweat or anything.
You're like wearing like
all
ass
right, because
chaps
I'm not a
under your
dude who eats
pants.
pastrami for breakfast.
Oh my god.
So
I don't think anyone eats that for breakfast.
you want to bet me? I'm willing
We'll
to
find
bet
someone.
several people in this world eat a pastrami
There's weird
sandwich.
people. There are people probably eat cranes.
I'm just
for
saying, like,
breakfast.
you know,
That's true. You never know,
I-
man.
it's like the dude in his he's got like the slight little grease stain on his wife beater. He's got the chain.
you watch a lot of movies.
He sits in like a dimly lit like 1-bedroom apartment with
Stop
like,
watching TV. Actually go to your
with,
Lord.
with,
Did you just watch like the Bronx?
with like
Tale,
those
or-
blinds, that are kind of like crooked and don't close all the way? That's what I picture, and that's very stereotypical. But I hate Yankees fans, scum.
And that's why.
They're the worst.
That's why.
They've been all over the White Sox community page on Bleacher Report, just talking smack the whole time, and it's annoying me. They have successfully gotten under my skin, and you guys know it's not easy to get under.
Yeah,
my skin.
no, it's really hard, man.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst. And John Boy Media, he's the only Yankees fan I respect. End of story. End
And
of conversation.
Yankees fans do better.
Do better. Be better. Take some pride in yourself.
As
Quit being
Kyle
scumbags,
Schwarber would
even though
say
you
to
can't.
Aaron Hernandez. All right.
Do better.
Do better.
Come on.
Yeah.
We didn't eat pastrami for breakfast.
Well,
Moving on.
we'll move into the Cubs. It's honestly better than to be expected. We did not expect much going this season. Bats have been surprisingly pretty well. Seiya Suzuki, man.
You still have them to win the Central, though.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna ride it out. All right, we're riding it out. All right.
On a hot streak.
Yeah. Pat Wisdom's back. All right, we already know that.
4 games.
This is his big knob.
And
Put that
honestly,
big knob on his bat. Now he's got that big knob.
a huge highlight that I want to say is our bullpen has been doing surprisingly well. Like
Name 2 bullpen pitchers.
Chris Martin, David Robertson.
Impressive.
Yeah,
David Robertson has had like
Yes.
a resurgent year, I will
Yes.
say.
he's
I
been
remember
doing.
when he was on the
Yankee.
and White Sox.
Oh.
Yeah.
White Sox, because there's really no like singular form for the way they spell it. He was on the White Sox. He went from the Yankees to the White Sox, back to the Yankees. I think straight right back
I
to
think
the
they went
Cubs.
to the Mets.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I'm
Cubs.
pretty sure he was on the Mets. Yeah.
I don't know where he went after his second stint with the Yankees, but no, he was on the White Sox for a few years. He was always leading the league in saves. Even on the
Yeah.
White Sox, he was like it was back when the White Sox were known for like 1 or 2 good players, but the rest of the team was just so embarrassingly bad.
Chris
It was,
Sale?
it was like Chris Sale, David Robertson. Like that was
Yeah.
that was like their 2 big guys.
Yep.
And then Jose Quintana, who
Worst,
since being
now-
traded away,
worst trade ever, man. Worst. The Cubs and Sox just need to not make trades.
Well, I mean, I'm cool with the Dylan Cease, Eloy Hall, even just currently Dylan Cease alone this year.
Yeah,
Aside from this game where he got absolutely slaughtered.
I'm cool.
by
I'm cool with the Nicky 2 strikes, and I mean,
No, that was a lose
it
trade.
really was because he's hurt. But
He's hurt. Cody Hoyer's he had Tommy John,
Yeah.
and it was more complicated because it was the bone. It was completely separated from the bone.
Oh no!
It wasn't like a tear in the middle of the ligament. The ligament came off the bone.
Oh no!
So he
All off the bone.
So
Oh.
the surgery is extra complex, and the recovery time is twice as long. So he's
Oh.
gone for 2 years.
No.
That's 2 years of Cody Hoyer.
True.
And that's a I get it's an injury thing, but that's a wash. Like, you might as well have not even had him as part of the trade at
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
true.
Nick Madrigal's hitting 203 with the Cubs.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened, man.
He left Chicago. He left the G spot.
Yeah, now he's.
You say he left Chicago. He's literally
All right,
still in
you know,
the same city.
Yeah, I know.
This is what.
He
what
left
right?
he left guaranteed rate. He plays in Wrigley, a shitty ball field. So
No, not a shitty ball field. All right, good ball field.
Stupid ball.
But,
so boring.
what?
Thank you.
So is so is the White Sox.
But you can walk around and do stuff. There's
That's
3
true.
bars. There's the fundamentals.
There's 3.
There's 3 bars.
There's the fizzy or whatever the bar with like the seltzer bar. It's named after some seltzer drink.
Busy.
The fizzy bar, yeah.
Fizzy.
Fizzy bar. There's the Beggar's bar, the Jack Daniels bar. You got the fundamentals if you take your kid. What's your kid gonna do at Wrigley Field other than get depressed?
Sit in the bleachers.
Yeah,
And get
and watch-
depressed.
and watch people do cup snake.
Yeah, dude. Maybe
Yeah,
even
but that's
maybe
not
even take
unique
part
to
in the
Wrigley.
cup snake. You never know. All right.
All he's gonna do is sit there and get
I
depressed.
don't like the bleachers at the Cubs games because it feels like high school kids that are just
Oh,
drinking for the
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
honestly, dude. I don't like bleachers anyway.
I'm not a big fan of bleachers. I like to watch what goes on in the bleachers. It's hilarious.
Yes.
But
I like to sit somewhere where it's very unlikely that I get beer dumped on me.
that's very true.
Because that happened to me when I went to a crosstown game.
I mean, I
And
don't
it was
blame you.
intentional, and I was pissed.
Oh.
So that I will say that soured my relationship with Wrigley
All
quite
right.
a bit because that pissed. I was mad.
All right. We'll go to one game at the G spot, and we'll go to one game at Wrigley.
We'll have more fun at guaranteed rate.
All right. We'll see. All right.
No, I'm just being honest. Like, there is actually more to do at that stadium.
Yeah,
Like,
it
at
is.
the very least, if the Sox are getting absolutely dumpstered,
You get an ice cream helmet.
you can go and
And a nacho
And
helmet.
and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. This isn't not Wrigley. I'm sorry. Guaranteed Rate might have the best food in baseball. Like, they just have so many options.
I don't know, man. I watched some TikToker dude. He went to all the California stadiums and he was like ranking them. Dude, Giant Oracle
Dude,
Park.
I want a
dude,
boomstick hot
that
dog
looks-
from Texas.
Yeah.
A foot-long dog with like 85 toppings on it.
All right.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of variety at Guaranteed Rate. Tons of good food options.
I do like the food there.
all right. Yeah. Well,
It's just good. Like, there's certain things, regardless of the stadium.
I
Like,
100%.
the Ivy's cool and all at Wrigley. I would prefer they put like padding behind it though,
Just not
so
a
they're
brick
not
wall.
because I don't know any. Like, come on, you really think I'm gonna believe these leads are gonna pad me from hitting a brick wall? No.
a little
The
bit.
rooftops are cool, but they're trying to eliminate the rooftops. rooftops.
Yeah, which is
That's why
stupid.
they're putting scoreboards up and stuff to block their.
We got to do a rooftop before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely.
Like it has things that are cool about it, but inside the stadium, there you can walk around and do more stuff at guaranteed rate.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
That's always been my whole point, and it's like to me that's a huge draw and like part of the value of a stadium.
Yeah.
Nick, how are the Mariners?
Wait, hold up. I have to bag on one thing. All right.
Yeah.
Bullpen's been doing surprisingly well. Our starting pitching absolutely stinks.
Yeah,
Honestly, I was glad for Wade Miley to come back, and he's been doing surprisingly decent. But
like threw a no hitter last year. I mean, what do you expect?
I don't know how, but listen. Thank God we got Wade Miley back because our starting pitching absolutely sucks.
Blows.
And
Kyle Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks is
Loser.
dude. He's either hot or he's cold. And
It's that style of pitching, dude.
Yeah.
It's that you're a pitch to contact guy. If guys are seeing your stuff, when you're a sinker ball guy, if you're not getting the low pitch, you're screwed.
that's true.
Because you leave a sinker up, that's a meatball, especially with him he throws 87.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
true.
Not that that's like I'm not saying it's pathetic, but like if you're not getting that low call, yeah, it's pretty much just.
And I'm not bagging on him and Mark Stroman. I'm bagging on the other three guys like Drew
Yeah.
Smiley and like, just.
But
Man, they really
Mariners?
suck.
Not doing great. I still see. My problem is they should be good, but also I really don't have high expectations because like last year was an anomaly. They played out of their minds for most of the season, but it's like they got better than last year, so it's like they should be doing good. Like Jesse Winker, huge addition. Eugenio Suarez, I feel like not as good as Kyle Seeger, but also Kyle Seeger retired, so it's like he's better than whoever we were gonna have there. Adam Frazier, stud second baseman. Mitch Haniger he's hurt in COVID again, so he's not playing, which that sucks. For me, they're so young.
dude can't catch a break.
They're so young. Jared
Explodes a
Kelnick.
testicle.
Now he's got COVID.
Now he's got COVID.
Jared Kelnick has
His
been
break.
sent down again. He got called up last year, sent down, called back up, and batted like 160. He's batting like 140, got called down.
He just might not
He's
be
not-
it.
And it's like he can hit pitching.
How about
It's just,
Julio Rodriguez though?
he is batting like 205 with like 30 strikeouts.
He's a rookie.
He has 16 called strikeouts and 13 of them have been strikes outside of the zone. So
See,
it's
I'm
like-
glad you mentioned that because that was Yohan Moncada's first 2 years with the White Sox. He had the highest strikeout rate on called third strikes outside of the zone.
But my biggest thing is like a lot of them are like some of them are really bad, but some of them are like right there where it's like they're balls when you watch it back, but like I don't know what his strike.
Well,
zone is there.
that's one of those things when you're a young guy who has a really good eye. It's a disservice to you actually because like you call the strike zones change. Like there's no robot umps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of their things is like, yeah, it's a ball. We all agree it's a ball, but an ump will call it a strike, and that's part of getting used to the league is knowing like what's too close to take.
Yeah. Well, my biggest problem with him is he'll take like a inside fastball that's clearly in the zone, probably a good ball to hit, but he'll just take it because he doesn't like swing at the first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'd rather just see him if he was batting 150 and didn't have as many strikeouts, I'd be more happy than with what it is now. Because he's batting like 205, I think, is the last time I checked. But he has so many strikeouts where it's like I'd rather just see him. He hits the ball hard. He doesn't hit the ball as hard as Luis Robert.
Get out by
but,
putting the ball in play. Man.
but he hits the ball hard and he's fast. So I'm like, I'd rather see you put the ball on the ground and possibly beat out and then steal second.
Yeah.
And my boy Tom Murphy, he's also hurt. So I got Cal Raleigh out there.
You didn't bring up JP Crawford, man.
JP Crawford's a stud.
He's very good.
So
I just got his card.
But
The show.
so Cal Raleigh
yeah.
is 6
like-
for
like you just collected his baseball.
he's like 6 for 58 right now, 4 home runs. So it's like
Yo,
when he hits the
he's
ball,
Yasmani Grandal.
when he hits the ball, he's just absolutely drilling the ball.
Yeah,
home
dude, that's
run.
Yaz, man.
Yep.
Yaz is either a walk, a home run, or a very hard hit out.
No, Cal Raleigh does not walk. So-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the same base percentage.
Fair enough.
But again, same thing with starting pitching. Besides Robbie Ray, actually, even their bullpen, they have Robbie Ray, Sergio Romo, and pretty much almost every other guy is like under 27. So it's like it's tough to put super young pitchers out there
yeah.
because I just called up George Kirby, who's supposed to be, I think, the third best
Yeah. Mhm.
starting pitcher. He's behind Grayson Rodriguez from the Orioles, and then I think a guy from the
Detroit.
I think he's behind Casey Mize because I think Casey Mize is still technically a prospect,
Mhm.
and then it's him. So you have George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, and Matt Brash. Who,
Brash.
I mean, they're all under 20. They're
They're
all
young.
I
It
think
takes
they're all
time,
younger
man.
than me. So it's like
It
you're putting
takes
them out
time.
there, and when they've been pitching, usually they give up 3 runs, and the Mariners don't score 3 runs. So it's
Like I said, man, it's early. Chill out. The
Alright.
future looks bright. Maybe not if you're Jared Kelenic, but
well, and Kyle Lewis is supposedly making his rehab starts. So
yeah. See, that's the thing, though.
Former rookie of
Eloy
the
and
year.
Lynn are supposed to do their rehab here in the next 2 weeks. So hopefully they're back within like 3 or 4, another month, and then full speed ahead.
Mhm.
But
Train don't stop.
Nick, speaking of your Mariners, Bobby wanted to talk about best player this year. I know you picked one of your boys over
my
there,
boy Ty France.
Ty France.
Love that we
Interesting
got him.
take. I'm not going to lie. Not a name you'd expect, but actually, I'm not going to lie to you. I actually considered putting him as mine.
Okay, I'll just
But-
give some stats. He's been 329. He got 6 homers. He's got 28 RBIs, and he has 57 hits, which is second in the major leagues. And I still argue the fact that there's other people on teams that have more RBIs than him and more homers. But if he was on a better team that had more guys getting on base, and I think he's batting second now, so he has to bat earlier in the lineup because we want to get more bats. I think he'd have higher RBIs. Home runs are still low for him. I think he can hit more, and I think he will hit. He'll get into a hot streak where he'll hit a
Mhm.
couple home runs every game or so. One home run every couple games, not a couple home runs every game. That'd be impressive.
Yeah, that would be wild.
So I think the RBIs will definitely come up, but it's just I think the most of the Mariners are slumping, but he's not.
Fair
I
enough.
think he's one of the better players this year, and he plays first base, which is a pretty.
And he can play second if you
favorite
really need,
position.
if push comes to shove.
They actually got him
As
from
a second baseman.
the Padres as a second and third baseman because they had Evan White, but then Evan White got hurt, and then Ty France tore up last year. They're like, "Hey, our new first baseman."
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
got
he's
a-
got some versatility.
He got a
He's,
little pudgier.
he's
I'll
not
be
your
honest.
typical first
He's
baseman who
ridiculous.
just kind of only play first base.
That's true.
But mine, I'm staying in the hometown theme as well. I'm going with Tim Anderson. And
You would.
Yeah,
let me
you
give
What
some.
a scrub
you
player.
changed up from Luis Roberts.
Well, I'm talking about right now. Luis Robert's still my MVP pick.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think he could still actually be in the conversation, but TA is playing himself into that conversation right now too, in my opinion. And here's why. So I'll give you the numbers on him. So he's batting 359, which is really good at this point in the year.
Yes.
That's third in the league behind Arenado and Machado. 52 hits, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, OPS of 917. You know,
He gets on base.
he gets on base.
Gets on base.
But like you said with the he does not walk though. Like that's the thing. Like that's his OPS and he doesn't walk very much. So the RBIs could be higher. For his style, I think the home run number is pretty solid. He's also got 7 stolen bases as well. But the reason I put him there is because you look at the impact he has on the White Sox team as a whole, and I think that's a huge part of what goes into like what makes you the best player. And it's your impact on your team, right? The White Sox, when Tim Anderson gets 1 base hit, are like, in his career, they're like 90 and 55. When he gets 2 base hits, they're like 50 and 12. So very clearly, when he goes, the rest of the team goes. And similar to Ty France, on a team that all of them seem to be slumping, he's the guy who isn't. I think he's a big factor for why they're able to stay in that 500 range, because they have like no offense right now. And you look at what he did to the Yankees, silenced them, hit it to the short porch, right? Which Bobby could hit a home run to that short porch, but still it's a home run. He when he's on, the rest of the White Sox team is on, and that's a huge part of it for me. And I am picking it sort of as a homer choice as well. But he's got, in my opinion, numbers that back up that decision. 359. His fielding leaves something to be desired, but honestly, 7 of his like 10 errors on the season came in the same game. So it's like
Maybe just a bad
or
game,
like
yeah.
came in one doubleheader. So it's like, outside of really just 2 bad games, he's been pretty good defensively as well.
That's true.
So, boom.
So,
Go ahead, Bobby.
Good pick.
Go with yours.
Aaron Judge, man.
Oh, there it is.
There we
Yankees.
go. Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. batting 325, 17 bombs, and 34 RBIs.
He's raking.
Dude, it's like that man is just, and it's a contract year, man. So good
you
for
think
him.
he stays in New York?
I don't think so.
I think he's done with Josh Donaldson. He wants out.
I don't think he's gonna be staying in New York, and might be winning himself an MVP.
Yeah, White Sox. Aaron Judge, put him in your corner outfield. Nothing against Gavin Sheets, but Aaron Judge is better.
You think?
I mean, yeah.
I like Gavin, but you're no Aaron Judge. Clearly, might be the most obvious statement ever made on this podcast. Ooh, my leg is sticking to
And
on Jared Kelnick.
No,
He's a lefty.
I don't want him though. I'll tell you, I'll stick with Gavin Sheets.
So I give you a solid 170.
That's cool. I'll take Gavin Sheets as like 220 and random hot streaks where he just rips home runs.
I would be honest though, like if you had Jared Kelnick, Luis Robert, and AJ Pollock, that'd be a very solid defensive outfield.
It would be, but
Because like, if you could DH for a player and then still at the pitcher bat, if we can go back to that, I would do that when Jared Kelnick was playing. Because Jared Kelnick defensively,
that was a thing.
no. I mean, technically it could be.
I was gonna say you should go back to that.
No, well, let's see.
Dude,
I would go back to like having a player have to hit, like the pitcher have to hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go back to that, to where it's like you could be like, no. I'd rather have my pitcher hit than this guy who's gonna bat 150.
well, it's but he would still have to hit.
No, I have the pitcher hit, and then I have DH for Jared Kelnick.
That's never been a thing though.
I would make it a thing.
Okay,
Just for him.
dude.
We gotta look.
Oh my
We
gosh,
gotta
you said
dive into the MLB rules and see if it
sent
could have
me
ever
into
been
the-
possible.
You sent me to the twilight zone. You said it like it existed.
I don't
was
think
like,
it could, because wouldn't you just like have your worst player on the Angels? Like,
Why the
so-
Angels?
because Shohei's obviously when Shohei pitches, he's
That
gonna DH. So like have
No, the rule right now is you can have your pitcher hit in place of the DH, but you can't have a DH like hit in front. And
I just remember that from high school.
our Gold Glove left fielder is gonna play left field, but he's not gonna hit because he hits like 079.
In high school, I got DH for, and I was the shortstop because I was absolutely terrible at hitting in my sophomore year.
Okay, so that's a high school rule.
oh
Bring
okay,
that,
all right.
Yeah, so bring that to the MLB.
Bring
That's what I
that
want.
to the MLB. High school, you just pick someone who's not gonna hit instead, but your pitcher would have to hit the nice.
Yes.
Sorry, Nick. You know, it's hometown.
I
Everyone goes
could
through
get
a slump,
behind that.
man.
I can get behind
Alright.
that actually. You can pick any spot to DH,
But then your pitcher has to hit.
but if it's not your pitcher, he has to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start a petition, change.org or whatever
Yeah.
their website is. We'll see how many signatures we get.
Yeah.
I figure we can.
So you got
I figure we
Shohei
can at
and
least get 3.
Madison Bumgarner, and then like one other hitter, one other pitcher. who
Arrieta
actually
when he
wanna hit.
didn't suck.
That's true. Arrieta when he did not suck.
He always sucks.
Yeah. Well, no,
He-
dude. He
For
was
2
good.
years, he was really good.
Yeah, dude, he was really good for
2.5,
a while.
I'll say.
The Cubs got him when he was.
Yeah, the Cubs really like moneyballed him on that one. Like that was the moneyball
That was like-
strategy.
Yeah.
The last 20 years, like the one time Cubs got a player who was like, here's a decent player, and then they actually performed the best on the Cubs.
They got him when he was ass. He was nobody.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and
he was
then like
okay on the Orioles.
He was
2015.
horrible on the
2015,
Orioles. You read
he
his
was-
stats to Bobby. one
Yeah,
year.
dude, he was terrible.
They sent him down to AAA the year
Yeah.
he left the Orioles.
And then the
He was
Cubs.
bad when the Orioles don't want you. Although the Orioles were actually for like 4 years pretty good.
Yeah, because Manny Machado was on there.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
before
like
that,
3
too.
straight.
Yeah.
I think the Orioles had 3 straight years where their
Brian
play-
Roberts, when he was on there, they were always solid.
Yeah,
those
but
years.
they had, I think it was like 3 straight years. Someone on the Orioles led the league in home runs.
Chris Davis.
Chris Davis twice, and then someone else.
They didn't get a hit for like 85 at bats.
Longer than it's like 100 and something.
Jesus Christ.
Either way, Mark Trumbo. Whoa, that's a name.
Mark Trumbo.
It was
They
him
had
and Chris Davis for
and
3
Adam
years.
Jones,
Adam Jones.
not the Adam Pac-Man Jones from the NFL.
No, I know.
Yeah, no,
I know
not
you're talking
that
about.
man.
No, it
They
was
had
Mark.
Brian Roberts way back when.
It was Mark Trumbo and then Chris Davis for 2 straight years. That was they led the league in home runs for 3. They had like they had some hitters over there for a while.
But like the Orioles are just so bad now, man.
Well, yeah, they're terrible.
But Adley Rutschman, man.
Ellie Rutschman, Cedric
Grayson
Mullins.
Rodriguez once he comes up.
Who?
Grayson Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Carlin MLB show from last year. That's why I know him. He's also the number 1 prospect, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, now that Adley Rutschman's called up,
He's still the number 1 prospect though.
yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him. I'll root for him. I low key kind of like the Orioles. That goes back to when Manny Machado was there. I'm a Manny Machado fan.
I like the Orioles
I don't
because
like Machado.
when
I didn't like him in his weird little stint with the Dodgers, but I think honestly, I think going to San Diego, he's matured a lot.
Oh, he definitely has. I haven't liked him since probably his last 2 years on Baltimore. He started getting very cocky, and then
he had like that's why I said he had like a 2-year stint. That's why I count his Dodgers thing too, because that was his second. That was his one of his 2 years you're referring to in Baltimore because he was traded.
Yeah.
He had like a little bit of a diva phase when he made the switch to shortstop. He turned into like a shortstop, man. Like just
I played shortstop.
I know your shit didn't stink, right?
A Nick Heidegger, that's what he turned into.
Yeah, I could have gone pro, but the rotator cuff.
Yeah.
Just it couldn't hold up on me.
Yeah.
I couldn't hit. I was getting DH as a shortstop.
It was your rotator cuff, man. It couldn't
Yeah,
hold up.
I was
yeah.
also extremely slow.
Something about
And-
that swinging motion.
I think it was when I hit my growth spurt where I just took off in height. And my body was like, man, we got an extra 7 inches we have to carry forward with our legs.
Your legs going like.
I don't know what it was. I was so slow. But I got some speed. It takes me a couple of seconds.
It takes you a little bit. You don't got the acceleration, but when you get to that top speed, are you quick?
Yeah, I'm moving out there.
You're schmoving.
He's moving.
Put some steeples in my way. I'm really
You're
screwed.
schmoving.
Not anymore.
Should just got you some ankle weights, man. Just made you run the bases.
I'm excited for our combine. Also, the weather's starting to turn, so I got to strike this guy out.
Yeah.
I got to strike Bobby out.
I'm using an aluminum bat.
No.
That was the deal. That was the deal,
That
man.
was not. The agreement was you have to use Nick's wood bat.
No, that was the agreement.
No,
because
no,
remember,
it was not.
remember,
No,
if
it was
I
not.
hit a comebacker
No, it
to
was
you
not.
and it hits you,
No, it
I
was
got to
not.
give you 40.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do
It
with.
had nothing to do with the type of bat.
Yeah, no. The rule was you have to use an official like MLB bat, which is what Nick's wood bat is. It's a 33-30. You have to use an adult bat. You're not swinging that little league bat on me. All right, you're not using an
The drop
aluminum.
11.
All right.
Yeah, you're not using a light.
No,
an
dude, it was
grader
8th grade.
Yeah, that's my point. Bobby, you're 25. You're not swinging an 8th grader bat on me.
Oh, man, dude.
Because
Dude,
no,
I got
if I could, if I was like a college, if I pitched in college or something, then we'd be talking a different story. All right, I'd let you do that. But it's not like I'm gonna sit here and throw some pinpoint Jake DeGrom pitches. The deal was you have to use Nick's wood bat. That was part of the agreement.
All right.
Yeah.
I get a lot of practice going swinging that bat. All right.
Yeah, you get practice swings. I have to get warm up pitches.
All right.
But the deal was you have to use that bat, and it was
If
it has to be a hit that would have clearly been a base hit.
no, it was just a hit.
No, I thought we made the deal.
I thought we changed it to where it was more money, but now it's like actually like you can't
No.
just like
I remember we changed it to where like you
you
can't
have to
just
get
like
into the outfield. Like you can't just hit like a little number.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it has
that
to.
was the
It has.
agreement.
I thought it was like.
No, he just said it has to like be like it can't be like a little nubber. Like it has to
Okay,
actually
but it
go
also
into the field.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if it's like a routine ground ball, the deal was like he would have to get a base hit.
No,
off of
you
me.
should like
If it's a hit that would have been hit straight to a third baseman. If it's really hard hit, I don't care about where it goes.
okay.
But like otherwise, it has to be something that would have actually been a base
Yeah,
hit.
it's just a little chopper.
You
right
can't just
to
like
the-
Okay.
you can't just hit like this little rinky.
I'm still the judge of this.
yeah, Nick's a
I'll
judge,
make it
and then
it's a judgment call.
the
man.
other agreement was if I came,
if I hit you, if I hit you with the pitch, it's 20. It was
for you have to give me 40, and if I hit you with a comebacker, I have to
20.
give you 40.
no, it was 20 because you would have made solid contact to hit me with a comebacker. I remember.
No. I like because I would feel bad that I just sent one right back to you. So.
Right. So I thought like if I thought honestly I thought the agreement was if you hit a comebacker to me, I only had to give you $20.
No. It was.
Oh, you're
20
paying
it was-
me. Okay,
I'm paying
deal,
you double.
Deal.
That was the agreement. If you hit me with a pitch, you gotta give me 40 because you're not giving me 20 because you just hit me with the ball, and that literally shows you can't pitch at all.
Okay,
all right?
fair enough. Okay,
And then
okay,
if I
deal.
hit you with the
but you're
comebacker,
using the wood bat, and Nick will be the judge of if it like counts as a good enough.
all right, Nick, we're hitting the batting cages.
Because
all
it
right?
can't like my
Sure.
thing is like it can't be like this really cheap hit that would have very easily been like a routine out, and then you'd be like, I got a base hit off of Andrew because it wouldn't have been a base hit.
Yeah, because there's no fielders.
There's no fielders. Anything's a base hit against me if you hit it.
All right, fair enough.
We should make it like we'll put Nick at like third/shortstop, and you have to run it out.
Oh, I'm
Before
gonna gun
he
you.
throws it where?
I'm gonna gun you
Nick,
down.
Nick just has to get it to like the first base, the space, general area of first base.
Dude, he's gonna peg me. I'm gonna literally get to first base
I
and
don't
just
think you-
walk into it.
All right, fine. Nick
I'm
has to.
extremely accurate, actually, throwing a baseball.
Yeah, Nick has to. Yeah, no, he'll be fine. Bobby,
I played baseball from when I was 4 until
Yeah.
I was.
I
17.
watched Nick make a diving
Look,
throw in
he's like-
12-inch softball and throw a guy out from third. Nick's got a cannon.
All right.
I also got thrown out of a game for wearing metal spikes. That was bullshit. I'm still mad about
Dude,
that.
I was mad about that.
Dude, I
too.
love
was
the
like-
metal
He
spikes.
was like, "Hey, go change your spikes," and I was like, "Okay." Change my shoes, go back to the batter's box. The other guys were like, "No, you have to throw them out of the game."
Yeah,
And the
that
ump was
was
like, "That's not a rule." And there's like, "Yeah, you gotta throw them out." So he just threw me out of the game. I was like, "This is kind of stupid."
yeah, that pissed
Yeah.
me off.
No.
But Nick, hit us with your question of the week.
Yeah.
This is a weird. I really like the movie topic that we started getting on.
Okay.
So you've always seen that thing like you get to pick one guy to protect you, and then someone else is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So I have a random movie generator for action movies. So you're gonna tell me who you want protecting you, and then we're gonna have 3 people from random movies try to hunt you down.
Okay.
So we'll start with Bobby. Who do you want protecting you? Action movie guy. I guess it doesn't have to be an action movie guy, but that would be
Are superheroes in this?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, dude, super.
But we can limit it to not superheroes.
Yeah.
Not superheroes.
Okay,
Let's
so
not-
not superheroes. So if we get a superhero movie, we'll
We'll-
just take that one out.
Okay.
We'll re-roll.
All right. So no superheroes. All right.
No.
John Wick.
Fuck! I was gonna take John Wick. Are you kidding me? Damn. Thanks for letting Bobby go first. He took my answer.
Yeah, no copies.
Yeah, no copies,
We
man.
can't all have John.
Jason Bourne.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I'll go Jason Bourne.
That's a good one.
It's either him.
Or Rambo.
No, it's not Rambo. You know what? I'm gonna go with something a little. I think less people think about. I'm going with Denzel Washington in The Equalizer.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
that was gonna be mine.
Was it
I was
really?
between 2, and
All
I was
right,
like,
I'll give
no,
it to you.
No,
I'll
you
go
can take it. Because I'll go with the other one. I'll go
Jason Bourne.
I know. I'll go with Jason Statham in The Transporter.
Ooh,
Okay.
all
I
right.
don't know if
all
you
right.
guys have ever seen
Yep,
those
yep,
movies.
okay,
but those
okay.
movies are good. All right, so are we all gonna have the
Can
same?
I go with
3?
Ricky Vaughn? Can I change mine to Ricky Vaughn? Wild Thing.
Wow,
No,
man.
he's not gonna protect you from any of us.
You see him throw out. He throws 100.
So
No,
we're gonna-
no, you want the one guy, the voodoo guy.
Oh yeah.
Joe
Yeah, Joe.
You can't sacrifice a real chicken. Give him a bucket of KFC. No, I'm going with. I don't remember his name in The Equalizer, but Denzel
It's
Washington.
a Denzel Washington.
Yeah, in The Equalizer.
All right, so we're all gonna do the same 3 movie villain. Or
Yeah,
movie
we're
actors
gonna-
or- okay, so it's all same 3.
We're gonna just.
Yeah.
and we'll decide who's gonna live
Yeah.
the longest.
Yeah.
All right, so the first movie is The Equalizer. So
Yeah.
you don't get anyone for that one.
Okay.
And then me and Bobby have Denzel Washington trying to kill us. I still feel pretty confident Jason Statham.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I feel confident in John Wick.
All right, London Has Fallen. So Gerard Butler.
Ooh, man, that's good. Okay.
But see, I feel like he's really good at protecting people. I
So
don't know.
wait, are 3 people hunting us, or just another person's hunting us?
No, all 3.
So,
So right-
right
so
now I'm
you'll
being
get-
hunted by Gerard Butler. You
Yeah.
guys are Gerard Butler
And
and,
Denzel
Denzel.
Washington.
From yeah,
And we have one more, and then you'll have 2 more.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Well, I'll have one more after this one.
yes. Okay, I don't like this movie. It says Inglorious Bastards, but no, I'm
No,
skipping
no, that one doesn't
Yeah,
count.
we'll skip
that's
it.
A,
Skip
that's
it.
a group of people.
All right, Die Hard. So Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Honestly, I'm liking my odds right now. I'm waiting on that third.
I'm pretty confident, except for the Denzel Washington Equalizer, because I almost went with him. And
I think right now Bobby's the safest.
Jed.
well, I mean, it's John Wick.
I know
John
that
Wick.
we should have made him off limits, but that's okay.
Yeah, but
I
as
was
soon
gonna,
as he said,
I was gonna pick him.
yeah,
myself,
as soon as he
so-
said no superheroes, I immediately John Wick.
Okay, Fantastic Four. Those are superheroes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that won't work. I'm definitely losing if he has to defend.
Oh, Avengers Infinity War?
Dude, what is this?
Okay, this one shouldn't count. Indiana Jones.
And I'm in. I'm clean.
Yeah,
Denzel's
you're
got my
clean.
back.
Oh, okay, no, this one's perfect. We'll skip Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Jason Bourne.
What? What? Isn't he like genetically engineered or
No,
something?
he's not. In the new one with Jeremy Renner. I think it's but they're chemically engineered to be superhumans.
Okay.
Jason Bourne's just an amazing assassin.
I am going to be honest with you.
I'm scared for you now.
Yeah, no, I am now too.
Because
When
I
it
think-
was Indiana Jones, I was
Man,
clean. Dude.
I
I could be
I
sipping
wish-
a cup of tea. And
I wish
comfort.
someone took like American Sniper. That would have been a good one.
I feel like
That's
picking a real person is tough.
Yeah, that
It's
is.
like
You
all
really
these
can.
people kill like 80 people at once. So like, I'm fine.
ooh, I don't know. Right now, I honestly think right now Bobby is the only one who's safe.
John Wick, man.
The Jason Bourne thing really tipped the scales for me.
Okay, so what if we just did Jason Bourne against each one of our 3 people? Are any of us really that safe?
Like in place of like if he was the third.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Jason, just one person
Yeah.
versus the 3 of us. So Jason Bourne versus Denzel Washington.
You're dead as hell, dude.
Jason
You're
Bourne-
so
oh,
dead.
yeah, I think
You're
I-
so dead. I
I-
think Bobby and I are good.
Yeah.
I think our guys could take Jason Bourne on their own, but I
don't
think
know, dude. Jason Bourne is...
he might. I still think Bobby is like 100% safe.
I mean,
I think I'm a 50-50 shot.
I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
You are. No, you. Listen, nothing against Jason Statham. You're dead. All right. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not
But
protected.
in the first transport, he kills like 6 different assassins.
But they're not Jason. They're not.
But they're trying to kill
Yeah.
a little kid, and like I could
Jason-
defend myself a little bit better than like a 7-year-old. So
That's a good point. You could.
Yeah.
Or like the Equalizer, he's kind of defending women and children too. So I guess like John Wick's defending a dog, which also can't. But the dog.
No,
dies.
but in the second one, he well, I guess he doesn't really defend him because he just has him hide in his like safe room,
Yeah.
yeah, where they can't.
the double glass and everything. And even then, he almost gets caught actually, but like he calls him. I think I got a good chance. I think I've got an okay chance. I'm saying I'm 50-50 with those odds.
I'm changing my answer. I feel pretty comfortable.
I don't think you are.
I don't think John Wick's ever defend. Who is it? His dog got killed. His car got stolen. Jason Statham with the car.
Yeah,
with
but John Wick is like.
But
But
Jason
you know
Statham-
what? John Wick almost dies in the first one. He
The-
gets saved by
the-
Willem Dafoe.
That's true.
The
He does.
car never gets that damaged in Transporter, and the little kid stays alive because there's a Transporter too, and there's no way you're hiring him if the kid that you're supposed to protect dies. So
That's a good point. Now, if it was John Wick doing the hunting, that's a whole different story.
That is
yeah,
true.
See, but
Because
Bobby
you know
picked
what?
him,
You know
so
what?
he's
That's
out
right.
of the
John Wick. He's a one man team. He plays like he's got nothing to lose because he's got nothing to
True.
lose. We don't know what he. I mean, he couldn't protect his wife from whatever illness killed her.
Well, that's
I mean, you can't do
That's
anything
not
about that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm aware. I said it. I said that for a reason to be a dumbass.
Yeah. All right. That was a
I
good
don't know.
question.
Actually, you bring up a good point.
John Wick can't defend people.
I'm feeling the safest personally. After your argument against John Wick, I feel the safest.
Also, Denzel Washington in flight can fly planes, so he could just fly out of there.
I mean, if I get all of Denzel's like casting
Oh, yeah, dude,
rules
it would
put
be-
into one, he's way. Although then
Nah,
you get Neo
speed.
from the Matrix.
but then he gets speed when you protect a lot of people.
That's
Speed.
true. I would get Neo from the Matrix.
But you can't use it because would that be a superhero?
No,
technically,
not really. Not
Matrix
really.
is off limits. We got to go. This is evolving way more than it
Yeah,
needs
that's
to.
what
I'm feeling pretty safe. Nick, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how safe you are.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more safe after I thought about Transporter.
Okay.
I'm feeling
I think we
pretty
all have a
comfortable.
good shot. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we have
say
a
I'm
good
gonna
shot.
say we're like 60-40 odds we survive.
Yeah.
But see, if Jason Statham trains me,
You
I-
don't
I-
have that time. You don't have the luxury of time.
Yeah, you don't.
I feel like, but we can. I mean, we'll have a couple of
You'll have some downtime.
If John
like
Wick,
when he's driving, he'll be like, "This is how you shoot a gun." I'll be like, "Wow, that's probably important to know." There's 3 people trying to kill me.
Okay. Well, now it's just one.
yeah,
Jason
now-
Bourne.
now
yeah,
it's
Jason Bourne.
I don't know. Jason
Holy
Bourne.
crap! It's Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. Or whatever the line. That's that. I don't know, man. It's Jason Bourne. You gotta be careful what you're doing.
True.
60-40. That's
All right,
my.
all right. Terminator. We're all dead.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the Terminator.
Unless there's just a vat of lava, we can just dump him
Just-
in or whatever. Else
You,
did.
you never know, man.
What if it's like 3 Jason Bournes versus all 3 of our guys and the 3 of us?
So 6 on 3,
Yeah, we got to win that one.
but there's 3 Jason Bournes.
yeah, we should have a good chance.
Yeah, I think so. We
I
got
feel pretty good.
Yeah, I feel.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. No.
Let's make a movie.
Let's make a movie. Let's write our Goodwill Hunting.
Jason Bourne from The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, and The Bourne Ultimatum.
3 different.
not the.
That'll put the multiverse of madness.
No
in
memory,
shit.
Yeah.
some memory, all of his memory back.
Oh boy. That's a good place to end it.
Yeah, that-
Yeah, it is.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you as always listening. If you like what you heard, please give us a follow. All of our social media is on our website, garagetalksports.com. We like talking with you guys. We hope you like what you heard. And we'll talk to you next week. Take it easy.
See ya.
See you guys.